Hey, it's Gage and welcome to my stage. This is going to be nothing more than a vlog, but it's like a vlog where I'm also going to be doing the African dwarf frogs. So you're going to be seeing me taking them out, changing their water because it's gone for a while and they don't have a filter. Which they don't really need a filter, they're pretty good in stagnant water. I just worry about them sitting in their own filth for so long. So I got my beauty mark going on. It refuses to die. Not that big a deal though. Had a bit of camera trouble. Doesn't really matter how I said it, so long as you guys understand me. I was using my iPod for a while to shoot, but then there was some activation trouble with that because it's on my brother's name, which he just have no access to that account no more, and so I'm gonna have to go through a bunch of hoops, film on that again. And the only reason why I started filming on the iPod is because my phone decided to do a backflip into water. I put it in rice though, it's actually what I'm filming on right now, and everything's all good, hunky-dory. The first time I turned it on though, it's almost as if my phone was possessed. It was like someone was behind me pressing the screen the entire time I was trying to do anything, but luckily I got that figured out. Thanks to my mom, I also got another device I can shoot on just in case anything happens with this camera. I know I've been posting a whole bunch and you guys are probably kind of sick of that, or maybe you guys enjoy it. I'm not entirely sure. Not really hearing too much from the fans on my part, if I have any at all actually. But I'm trying to get to that, you know, monetization level, and so that's why I'm not constantly posting, but within every so many days I try to get another video out there, no matter how long it is. Try to get something at least. So things will still add up because I don't know, I guess it comes from me doubting myself or whatever, but I just, like, for some reason I think unless I post a new video, nothing is going to accumulate in views or anything. Been very, very busy, especially with the whole YouTube going on and all the animals that I have, not to mention my own maintenance of my room and everything. Not complaining at all. I like being busy. I like having something to do and stuff to do constantly. It's much better than just sitting there and doing what I usually do, which is playing video games, which I also incorporated into the channel if you haven't noticed. A lot of stuff are actually pretty easy when it comes to like doing the water changes. It's pretty simple to take everyone out of the water and get them into their own individual buckets and or cups if we're doing the cup. The hardest part is when a couple of tanks get to that point, and the funny thing is, like, everything else but the Africans has a filter. Oh, except for Peridot. Peridot doesn't have a filter either. We're just monitoring his tank. However, it's kind of like when more than one tank ends up getting kind of gross and stuff, and then you ended up wanting to do more than one at a time. Don't do one tank at a time unless you have multiple hands at hand. Then you can do multiple tanks at a time, because that many things in transition and in tiny little bits of water while you're doing that is not good. And so it's a lot better for you to do one tank at a time and assess which tanks actually need it versus which tanks you solely want to be cleaned. No problems there, everyone's clean. I'm going to be moving the Shellys here, which were by the bed. I don't know if you noticed, but I moved everything around. But these were by the bed on my boyfriend's side, and he wants them back over on his side, which, if my camera will let me, the vivarium is over there on his side. Which I actually originally thought it was going to be okay if I flipped the bed, and I was like, yeah, we're going to switch sides on the bed too. No, apparently that wasn't okay. I didn't think it was going to be that big of an issue, because I can sleep on either side of the bed. But according to my boyfriend, there was a number of issues that he had with switching sides, which, like I said, I don't really mind which side I was on. It was just that when I originally moved everything, I thought we'd be switching sides on the bed. And so that's why my computer had to go here. It was originally here. It was originally over here, right next to the TV. But that created too little of a gap right here. And so now having this where it is with the closet, everything's all set up in hunky-dory. So I don't know how many times I said hunky-dory, but I felt like I said it more times than I should have. So without further ado, let's get on with the rest of this video. If I can hit the button. Their tank could really use some work. You got all three of them in there. Ariel, Sebastian, Flounder. They're all doing great, and I love them so much. And they're African dwarf frogs, not African claw frogs. But yeah, I'm probably going to end up having to take that plant out of there. probably put in the lily pad we got growing. I was also thinking of maybe not having as much water in here and seeing how that would do for them. But then with the lily pad, I'm gonna have to add maybe a little bit more. Alright, well, here we go. Just draining their water. Gonna get them into the white bucket here in order to clean out their tank. God, I love frogs so much. I used to have frogs when I was younger, and by I used to have frogs, I mean I had one fire belly toad, which is actually a toad, not a frog, but it's kind of like a tortoise and a turtle. And before that, I had a little green frog that used to be in my mother and I's beta tank. Yeah, I love them so much. They're my chill frogs. They just chill. Just so chill. And they're so cute. I can't wait to give them some clean water. I'm trying to contemplate some different areas in the room in which I can put them all. You probably won't believe me, but I got them all three in one go. Yeah, their water was in some pretty bad shape, but now with them out, it's time to get that nice and clean. I left just enough water, not just enough water, I left just enough, space left so even if they do jump, they can't get out. Which was the same thing I was talking about, not taking out, but not putting out in as much water, so that I can also keep them from also trying to jump out. They were trying to jump out of the net though. Sadly, I know how to handle you guys. I've had frogs. And their tank is finally done. They're all in there too. You missed it just earlier, they were all up in the freaking leaves. Well, that was a whole lot of fun. Really easy to do their tank. I mean, it's only like a 5-gallon. You don't really need that much water for each frog. I do want to get them a larger tank though, only because, more space. Well, more space. Like I said, we're switching the vivarium and the shell dweller, which I think maybe I could actually fit them over there. But where I have them now, in the corner next to our Corys, I really like that. So I'm really gassy right now. More videos coming soon. I got a gaming video planned with She. We're going to be playing a Mega Man game. Not actually a Mega Man game, but it's one of the spin-off games that people have been making. I'm really interested in them. Another one that I really enjoyed was Gunvolt. I thought that was a really good game. I actually would have believed it to be its own game if it wasn't for the fact that the character was blue. And kind of operated in Mega Man mechanics. So without further ado, Big Bang Explosion!